All right, so it's 10/20, so it's October 20th, 2020. I came out to Suffolk, to my alma mater, I suppose. My favorite Starbucks out here. Excuse me. In the shopping center. I'm in Linda's car, so I'm not in the Italian job. I'm in the Subaru, whatever, Forester of Jap crap. I did see a nice gentleman in a Vietnam hat at Starbucks. Now, folks, I don't want to alarm you, but those kamikaze assholes that you were fighting in that war elsewhere, that you had to, like, I don't know, train for, right? And you had, like, special things you were told over there, and then came back, right? Yeah. See, White Girl, the Seattle, Washington company that started the coffee of Starbucks, which is my company, which we told you over when you were fighting the shitbags that are now in Queens everywhere I look. We told you that there are special money assignments and other things assigned with your white, beautiful ass that went over there and fought for the country you came home to, as a like defense accounting measure for future use for yourself and for your grandchildren, to keep them looking akin to whatever you woke up genetically looking like in an America that's pretty congruent. Actually, I think you guys only had 50 postage stamps. The America did not technically come into vogue, VOGUE, and venue, VENUE, until Alexander James was born in the 50 postage stamps in the Empire State of New York. That's when it officially turned to America. But the Starbucks program, you wouldn't have been molested from. I saw a guy in 7-Eleven the other night, white guy, like all union white carpenter guy, like my uncles, like my Uncle Cliffy and whatnot, driving a truck, drinking Budweiser like my grandpa did, out of a big red tall can, for like, alma mater, like money, like we're brand recognition, our stock, through loyalty programs of purchase, that then are supposed to be filtered back to take care of the people, from corporate conglomerate elsewhere. So the gentleman in 7-Eleven, I mean, again, I call them white trash because that's what we feel like. I mean, I feel like a piece of wet white trash, like a piece of wet toilet paper after you put it in the water and it's one ply, and then it becomes like a soggy snot ball, and you're like, that's what I feel like. I'm 42 now. I've been human or amongst the humans for 42 years, and this is what New York feels like. This is how important we are. So the man who was standing in front of me said something to his friend. He was like, there was a I don't know. I'm going to call, like, I had a gentleman by the name of Manuel, who used to be my landscaper. He did the front and the back lawn. He had guys who came and took the leaves away. I don't know. Somebody in the neighborhood recommended him. He looked very dark caramel, almost like he's a little bit lighter skinned than the caramel of the Honduran that I rented to in Bayside, Queens, but like somewhere within that color palette, maybe, like, yeah. So we're gonna stick with that for a minute. He used to bring me flowers, roses. He would knock on the door. I mean, he was like a real romantic, but respectful. He never touched me. He never came in. He never came at me. And I always thanked him profusely and turned him away. I was not interested in dating. Again, thank you, but not happening. So that is how my gardener was. So there are gardeners here from a look of, I don't know, some of them are like around 4 to 5 feet. They're very dark skin. Some of them could have a eye socket region, maybe resembling something in the Far East, but really they are Westerners by birth and by feature and by dimension. They belong in a Western dimension, not in an Eastern venue dimension. So there's some of them in New York. So one of them was in this 7-Eleven. It was on camera. He was buying a 6-pack of Budweiser and in New York. And this was just the other night when I went to the BP gas station to get gas for my Mini Cooper, my Italian job. And so the white trash guy, like myself, I'm white trash, he's white trash. That's our like camaraderie name in the carousel for my department of distressed angels and what the fuck is going on in the world. And he said in my ear in English, he said to his friend, he goes, remember when we used to buy those on like Friday night, we would drink, we'd toss them back or drink them, and like, until we all got molested. And I'm sitting there going, is he talking alien to me? I have some Korean kid in a park tell me that verse that this white guy in English, wet wad trash toilet paper like myself, is speaking is what the foreigners consider alien. I don't know. It sounds like intel to me from like, can't we just fix our country? Can't you just tell me, just write it down and tell me the fucking truth. Who's coming in? Where are they coming in? What the fuck are their expectations? And why are you all hiding from the white trash? We want to defend ourselves, you fuckers. I don't know, I mean, distressed angel in New York always thought that was the best way to go. I don't know why the generation before thought that hiding all of the intelligence from the local fauna and flora and telling them which brands really meant what and how to protect themselves through consumption that way to slow down the foreign invasion might have been a good fucking idea. But clearly I'm just too smart to be amongst humans, and I can't get to the smart humans in the white trash arena that I come from to teach them all because they're out trying to make a living and whatever, survive, and I just can't seem to find who do I need to talk to? I mean, like, what do you still need to know? Like, isn't this common sense? I'm in common law, white trash bill. Can't you give them some of the common sense that I gave you idiots in, like, 4th grade, 3rd grade? I don't know. When I was 4 and 5 years old, I was like, great, I gave you all the intel you needed to tell the common law white trash people like Judy and Bob. I'm sitting in her matchbook kitchen. All right, now, when do I get to leave? No, like, I can't stay here. I can't do a life sentence here. I'm looking at Judy and Bob. I do not want to do this. I spoke to the other Klansmen in the Gunders, and the ones that were Crown McClurg, and then the next gen, I am not like them. I do not want to stay here. Please do not leave me here. How quickly can you come for me? No, I heard about the kindergarten thing. I don't want to do public school kindergarten. And the things that I woke up to, that when I arrived, they have no money for boarding school. How do you get me out of here? I mean, do you understand? I'm a witch doctor. What goes in my ear in this dimension, it has such a tremendous vital impact, and not on the positive end, to all area stupid, fucking, and useless. By the way, that's a breeding international word. I find humans stupid because unless you give them a thought or something to chase as far as intel, they don't move. They're fucking because they like to reproduce and carbon copy themselves. And then they're useless if they don't fucking use the first operative that you give them something to do in a useful manner, and they break the fucking world because they keep carbon copying and letting the wrong people reproduce and then moving them to new territories. I mean, you're a fucking disaster, humans. And you don't even like think on this level. By the way, on that note, I do have plasma latency and permeability problems in how was I disconnected? I'm sitting in a genetic human astroplane, and I've got a permanability vat genetic elsewhere with plasma latency, and it's supposed to keep the genetic defense line up, but somebody's been tweaking with the sensitivity of the cells within the pink plasma level, causing a blue electrical current that is not working well with my current genetic human, and my my physical dimension grid of green and black that I normally tool around in has a red and black exterior for ghost house purposes that communicate between the green and black matrix and the red and black matrix, and then they slide over one another in order to get my timing correct in the only timepiece. Now, I have a congruent sum of myself and Alexander. I'm done on human. I don't owe them anything else. And you've been hurting me far too long. And I'm not allowing you to do this to me any longer. I don't give a fuck what you want and what you need. Nobody gives a shit. You kidnapped me. You held me hostage against my will in New York. And you're playing around with shit that is going to break things in a manner that you can't even calculate out the devastation that you're about to cause. Now tell me who the fuck is stupid, fucking, and useless, and then get mad at me. Fuck you.